Hello and welcome to another video on the channel. I'm Adam and this is another battle video I got. As you can see, I got one of my psychic type teams versus Lucas's main team. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking, why do I have a Jinx on that team? Well, that's because it's a focus sash wielding Perish Song user. Really fun to use, especially when I know my opponent doesn't switch out that often. My Mega is Alakazam and my Z move user is Starmie. Megas on Lucas's team is Alakazam, Salamence and Lucario. Z move users Drapion, Volcarona and Electivire. Without any further ado, let's get right into this battle. So I'll lead off my Delphox with an awesome name, which I do not know what it means. Unless Lucas leads off a Volcarona, so the fire type lead off. He goes with Hurricane, which unfortunately will cause confusion for me. But due to my red cards, Volcarona's out of here! And Drapion comes out to get hit by a Mystical Fire, I believe. Yeah, Mystical Fire. I sent out Delphox first because I knew that the Volcarona would be coming out first as it's super effective against me. Second Mystical Fire hits the Drapion and finishes it off. So, rather good play on my end and really lucky of me to outspeed it. Salamence is out. I'm not really sure what it's going to do. Like, Intimidate won't really affect me. Dragon Pulse, okay. I use Dazzling Gleam as it's super effective. And it does most of Salamance's health. Salamence goes for Fly, whilst I attempt to go for another Dazzling Gleam. And as Salamence comes down, I get hit with the Fly and I faint, losing my Delphox. I send out my Starmie next, as I'm confident it will outspeed the Salamence, which it did, and I use Ice Beam. Next Pokemon is Electivire, which I'm not taking any chances with, and I believe I used a Z move here. Yep. Now, I don't know if it looks like it to you guys, but to me it looks like I'm not really showing mercy here. That's because I'm not, because this is, as I called it in one of the last videos, a gym team. And it's a team of 6 Pokemon of a certain type, like a gym leader's Pokemon. And they're supposed to not show any mercy, which is what I didn't do. Being the most harsh as I can, and it's 5-3 at the moment. Alakazam comes in with Mega Evolving, taking my Illuminate ability, I think it's Illuminate. No, Natural Cure. Okay, can't remember what that does, but I use Scold. And unfortunately I didn't get the burn. Energy Ball hits Starmie and takes it down in one hit. I send out my Alakazam in hope to attempt to outspeed it. Obviously Mega Evolving it as well. And I go with Shadow Ball as well, after taking the Natural Cure ability for my Starmie. Next is Volcarona, the return. And I go with Psychic to do as much damage as I can. Luckily it loads to special defense, and Bug Buzz hits my Alakazam, taking it down in one hit. I send out my Jinx next. Use Forewarn, being warned about Volcarona's Fire Blast. Luckily I avoided it. I used Perish Song. And I'm actually really lucky I dodged that Fire Blast, because that saved me, actually. And Bug Burst comes in, and because of my item, I survive it. And I hit with a Shadow Ball. Lowering special defense yet again. Ready for the next Pokemon to come in to do something to it. I get hit with a not very effective Poison Jab, I think. No, okay, it's just neutral effective, but that does take down the Jinx. Perish Counter fell to 1, so I decided to send out Exeggutor as a sacrifice. Luckily it got rid of the Z move, which I'm questioned about, even though that is his last Z move user. Was it necessary on Exeggutor? Because Bug Buzz is quadruple effective. That's just overkill. But as I said, overkill, yeah, Exeggutor is not surviving that. But luckily the time is right and Perish Song took down Volcarona. So it's now 1-on-1 now, Lucario versus Sigilyph. He leads off with Extreme Speed, which doesn't do much. I use Air Slash, which does quite a bit of his health. He then goes to Dragon Pulse. Luckily I survived and I used Roost, so yay, not on 2 HP. And I get hit by another Dragon Pulse. Now the first one I believe was a high roll Dragon Pulse, so this one was a low roll, because I somehow survived it as well. I used another Roost, you know, just to be that tad annoying. And another Dragon Pulse. This one was also a low roll. I used Psychic, and it finishes off with Lucario. And that was the battle. Now, I know what you're probably wondering. Adam, why did you use Roost 2 or 3 times when the Sigilyph was out? I don't really have a reason, really. I think it's just that I wanted to stall the battle to make it a bit longer. Because I was actually expecting to lose against the Lucario, so I used Roost a couple of times. But as I somehow survived, I decided to take the chances and just go Psychic, and it succeeded. The MVP of my team is the Starmie for taking down Electivire and also the Salamence. It did a fair amount against Alakazam, which is really good. So it did 2.5 bits of Pokemon down. The MVP on Lucas's team, I'm not really sure. Probably the Volcarona. But yeah, that, as expected, is Volcarona, as it's, apart from Drapion, the only one that's super effective against my team. Anyway, that is all for this battle, or all for this video. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down the corner below, and I'll see you next time.